Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today we're not making soap, we're going to make lip balm. And I got these cute little, they are 1/4 ounce or 7-gram tins with a little slidey lid. And they're so cute. And so we're going to do a very smooth and glidey lip gloss. And I think these would be purse friendly as long as you don't leave your purse in a hot car. Any sort of, balm is going to melt in extreme heat. But these would be very purse friendly. The reason I shy away from using the tins, and I usually do tubes, is because you're sticking your finger in here. But if it's for personal use and you have clean hands, I have no issues with it. Anyway, these tins are so adorable. I got them from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This video is not sponsored. I bought these on my own. They were on sale. Wholesale Supplies Plus has great sales. So just, as a maker, be aware of that. There's good sales out there. So these are going to be all natural, and we are going to be using essential oils to scent this because I think essential oils are divine, and it's going on your lip, and that's a very sensitive part of our body. Lip skin is pretty sensitive, at least mine is. So for the essential oils, we're going to do a combination of lavender essential oil and peppermint. A peppermint lavender. I love mint in my lip glosses. I've used those plumper glosses before, and some of them are pretty heavy duty. They have like eucalyptus and mint, and they make your lips feel really tingly. This is going to be a low tingle. We're not going to use too much of the peppermint, but just enough to give it a little, tingle. I think it's good. And lavender and mint smell really, really nice together. This is, again, like I said, it's going to be a very glidey, sort of lightweight lip balm. And summer lips can get pretty chapped out in the sun and weather worn if you're outside working. So we got to take care of, all of our body all year round. Lips are part of that. This is going to be a really luxurious recipe. We're going to use some butters. We're going to use some quality oils. Very simple. I will be using beeswax today. If you are a vegan and you're wanting a vegan option, I have never used Candelilla wax, but I've heard multiple people say that it makes a great beeswax substitution. If you don't want to use beeswax, try Candelilla wax and let me know. If you out there have made lip balm with Candelilla wax, I would love to hear how you're liking it. If you think it's the same, finished texture as a beeswax lip balm, I would be curious to know. So let us all know down below. And I did want to mention, if you are enjoying the content on my channel and are a viewer of mine, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it yet. Get all my ingredients pulled together, get my work surface sanitized, and let's get ready to make some really cute little tins of glidey, glossy lip balm. All right, we are back with a clean work surface and everything set up. I'm going to be making what's known as a micro batch, a very teeny amount. I want to do about 3 of these little tins, because I have some gifts in mind. And so we're doing a micro batch today, teeny increments. So the recipe will be down below in percentage form if you want to make a larger batch, and the measurements that I'm using today. And I'm measuring in grams because this is such a teeny amount. The first ingredient I need here is 5 grams of beeswax. If you want to use Candelilla wax, that is a vegan option. So just so you know, I have not worked with Candelilla wax, but I have heard a lot of different people say it is a great vegan option. So there's that. I'm doing 5 grams here. And then my next ingredient is going to be a hard butter. So this recipe is surmised of about 19% wax, whether you're doing Candelilla or beeswax, and about 9% of a hard butter. So I'm using cocoa butter. This is a very brittle, hard butter. Kokum butter would be in that category, not a semi-soft butter though. So I'm going to do 2.5 grams of cocoa butter in here. And pull out the big piece so I can get to the little teeny bits. All right, so we've got our cocoa butter, our brittle butter, or our very hard butter, and now we're going to do a semi-soft butter. So that would be your shea butter, mango butters, things like that. I'm going to use mango butter in here. You could do a blend if you wanted, a teeny amount. We need 7 grams of a semi-soft butter in here. You could also use coconut oil if you like. That's considered a semi-soft because it's solid at room temperature, but it has a really low melting point. So let's get our mango butter in here. And now I have liquid oils to go. I'm going to go ahead and pop this on my double boiler and melt it down just a little, get that because beeswax has such a high melting point, and get it started. And then we'll come back and add on our liquid oils and do a final, just a top off to melt it all together and get it incorporated. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and for our oil portion here, and this is it's about 45% total in liquid oils. I'm going to do about 22% in jojoba oil, because I think jojoba oil is very light feeling. It absorbs into your skin really well. It'll be great in a lip balm, and it just feels divine. So we need 6 grams of jojoba oil, and this is a ginormous jug. I'm hoping that I can pour off here and not go over. I'm going to go real slow, because these are such teeny tiny little increments. Oh, there we go. I just want to touch over. It's going to be fine. All right, so 6 grams, 22% jojoba, and now 18% or 5 grams of almond oil. And I'm going to be using my sweet almond oil that I infused with chamomile buds a while ago in a video, and I just love it, and it smells nutty, and I love it. So I need 5 grams of sweet almond oil. And just a word on the oils. These are just the ones that I picked out. You could use any oil you want. Olive oil makes a wonderful lip balm. There's so many options. So this is just what I chose today. And then the final liquid oil is castor. And I do like castor oil, and I recommend castor because this is going to give it that gloss. Castor oil makes a glossy lip balm, and it's really good on your skin. I don't like to use too much because it can get a tacky feel. So I'm just going in at 6% or 1.5 grams of castor, a very teeny increment, but it'll add a little gloss, which I really want. Now, got my little spoon here. This is thickened up a little. It's still kind of warm, but I'm going to go set it back on my double boiler and let this get melted all the way to clear, and then we'll come back and talk about the essential oils. All right, we're all melted up, and so now I'm going to do my essential oils in here, and from everything I researched, it's such teeny increments, I'm not going to weigh it, I'm going to do drops. So I have my pipette, and I'm going to do 2 drops of each essential oil per tin, if that makes sense. So I have 3 tins, so I need 6 drops of lavender and 6 drops of peppermint in here, if that makes sense. These are about 1/4 ounce tins, and so that's the rate that I'm going in at. I'm sorry if that's not specific enough for some of you, but when you're working with little micro batches, it can be a little tricky. So I'm just going to try and do 6 drops of my lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do a couple extra because I like the plumping, but not a lot. Like that was 4 extra drops. So I'm not talking a load, but a little. And now all we have left to do is stir this up and get it in my little pots. And I hope I made the right amount for these. We will see how far this gets us. I'm going to stir with my pipette because it's already dirty, and there we go. Want to make sure it's all blended really well, and then we'll walk away and cool. And I have a bit of a conundrum. I do not have a label that fits this size tin, but I have an idea in my head. I'm going to see if I can make it work, and we will talk about labeling when these are all cooled off. But right now, let's see how far we get here. And I don't want to fill them all the way to the top because I want to be able to slide that lid on and not rough it up in there. Oh, I've got extra. You know what? Hang on. I have a couple of tube lip balm tubes. I'm going to pour it in here and see how this holds up as a stick form with the high percentage of liquids that it has. All right, you guys, it is the next day, and spoiler alert, I am loving this formula. I think it's my favorite of all time. Loving it. So I got 3 full-size lip tubes here and 3 of my little tins and a little bit extra. This didn't fill up all the way. This will be for me, but oh my goodness, this is glidey and minty because I did put a few extra drops of mint. I already used this on my lips. It has a little bit of kind of tingle plumpy feeling, which I love. Definitely don't need to do that, but it is so like glidey. I don't know if you can pick up the sheen. It feels so wonderful, and it has a gloss to it. Can you see that? So this is glossier than my other lip balm recipes that I have shared. And it's smooth and it holds up in the tube. So look, even with all the liquid oils, it holds nice and sturdy. I am so crazy about this. I tell you what, love, love, love. So let me show you on my little sample one here that will be for me. These are, let me show you the labels. These are from onlinelabels.com. They are specifically made for lip balm tubes. They have the little tab here so that it has a sanitary seal, and then when you open it for the first time, somebody knows that nobody else has used that product. This is the stock number. I'm not affiliated with Online Labels. I buy all of my own labels on my own, but this is the stock number that I am using. And when you purchase labels from them, you get a year subscription to their Maestro label designer, and they have templates. So I did not design this label all on my own. I used a pre-made template that they have and then just put in my own information. So this is what I'm using today. So I printed out for the tubes 4 just regular, this is the template, it comes with a line, the name of the product, my name, the ingredients in descending order, the weight, all the information. But let me show you. Here's the lid to one of my little things. It doesn't fit on there. So what I did was, I was thinking I don't have a little label tiny enough to go on here, so I printed out 3 labels for my little tins, and I just moved it and made a space, and I'm going to cut this. So the top half with my name and the name of the product and the little sealing tab is going to go on the lid and fold over and seal it shut, and then I will put the bottom half with the ingredients on the underside of the tin. We'll do it together, see if it works out. It may look pretty kind of homemadey looking, but it might come out really good. And this was the best option that I could think of with the labels that I own, and I didn't want to go buy an entire pack of labels just for these little guys. So let's see if that works. But first, let me go ahead and grab one of my labels and wrap my little lip balm up here and show you how easy these are. And I get the craft paper because that is kind of the theme of my shop. They have clear ones for laser printers. They have colored ones. Online Labels just has a whole bunch of stuff. But these ones are kind of, you know, my aesthetic. So that's why I chose these ones. And you put it so that the little tab goes up on the lid. And that just means that nobody else has opened this lip balm up except you. So that is all sealed up now. And this is when I made them. I have shrink bands. I will show you. I'm not going to shrink band this because I'm using this one. But it is ready to go, very sanitary. And then when you want to use it, I'll show you. You just twist and it breaks the seal. And this one is mine. So there's the round tubes. And again, after I get these wrapped, we'll do shrink banding. But there's that. I'm going to set this off to the side. And now let's go ahead and see if I can fit a label on our little tins. And these little lids come off. Again, I didn't fill this all the way to the top because I wanted the lid to not, you know, smush the stuff. It has a little dent in the lid, so it has a little click. It's solid on there when you click it. I love these. So I'm going to take one that is already closed, and I'm going to take my little label here. I think that, let's see, all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. Okay. So again, it's a little homemade looking. This has rounded corners. That's straight. If you wanted to, you could round the corners, I guess. And let's put it on here. It fits on there, and then I'm going to fold the tab over so that it is sealed. I think that works out really good. Look at that now. Let me flip it over this way. See if I can lift the ingredient side. And we'll put that on the bottom. Hey, it works. Look at that. We've got the ingredients. We've got the label. It's all sealed up. Wow, kind of pat myself on the back here. This is ingenuity, right? Well, there they are. These are just, I think these are adorable. It feels amazing. I really do hope you give this formula a try. I am crazy about it, loving it. And again, with the mint, you can go extra like I did or less if you don't want that tingly, plumpy feeling. I really like how the labels worked out on here. I didn't know if it was going to work, and I'm very happy with that. So there it is. Thank you for joining me today, and I do hope you give this a try, and I hope you have a wonderful day.